For much of the 21st century, it appeared that Liverpool's history often weighed heavier than the present. Once dominant at home and abroad, the Reds entered the Premier League era chasing a shadow. They had won the most English league titles, and their last league title in 1990 was becoming an increasingly distant memory. Their first Premier League season ended with them in 6th place. Over the next 10 years, they'd go on to finish in the top 4 about 8 times, including a failed title charge where they came second, and a treble of the FA Cup, League Cup, and Europa League. In the 2000s, they had re-established themselves as part of the Premier League's Big Four. However, they failed time and time again to get over the line in the league. Regardless, they didn't falter on the European stage. In 2005, they performed a miracle in Istanbul versus Milan and won the Champions League. So, although they won trophies here and there was no real progression. Their star players realized this and started leaving. Players like Xabi Alonso, Mascherano, and Fernando Torres. Even Gerrard seemed likely to leave. After years of this, the 2013-14 season appeared to be an anomaly. It seemed that the drought would end. United had eclipsed Liverpool's record of 20 top division titles, and the Reds of Merseyside were looking to make a comeback starting that season. Brendan Rodgers had Liverpool playing fast, fearless football, spearheaded by Luis Suarez at the peak of his powers. Anfield believed again. That season was a perfect blend of chaos, beauty, and was filled with heartbreak in equal measure. Liverpool tore through opponents with attacking verve, Suarez scoring 31 goals, Daniel Sturridge thriving alongside him, Gerrard, the veteran backbone of the squad, with the young Raheem Sterling, and Coutinho emerging as stars. But in the final weeks, disaster struck. A fateful slip from Steven Gerrard against Chelsea, followed by a collapse at Crystal Palace, shattered their title dreams. Manchester City had a last-minute resurgence and eclipsed them to clinch the trophy. The heartbreak was crushing. For supporters, it felt like their moment had come and gone. The aftermath was brutal. Suarez left for Barcelona, Sturridge struggled with injuries for the rest of his career, and Liverpool could not replicate their form. Rodgers' side slipped down the table, finishing 6th in the 2014-15 season. They had lost the drive, flair, and excitement that created a formidable team the previous season. The transfer market brought few answers, with Mario Balotelli and other misfits failing to fill the void. What had felt like a new dawn quickly dissolved into frustration and regression. Liverpool, once again, seemed far from England's summit. Sterling had left for Man City, whose showed ambition and spent as such, and Gerrard was released, contributing to the derailment of the club. By October 2015, with Liverpool in 10th place, the Rodgers era was over. Liverpool had options, including Carlo Ancelotti, but turned to a charismatic German who had lit up European football with Borussia Dortmund, Jurgen Klopp. His arrival transformed the mood instantly. Klopp didn't promise immediate glory, but his message was clear. He wanted Liverpool to grow, slow and steady.
I'm the normal one, maybe, if you want this. If we want, this could be a real special day. If we want. But in a special Liverpool way, we can be successful. And when I sit here in 4 years, I think we won 1 title in this time.
There were flashes of what was to come. In Europe, Klopp's Liverpool showed their fighting spirit, staging an unforgettable comeback against his former club Dortmund in the 2016 Europa League quarter-finals. Though they lost the final to Sevilla, the seeds of greatness were planted. Klopp's philosophy of gegenpressing, high intensity, and collective unity began to take hold. The rebuild was gradual but relentless. In the 2016-17 season, Mane was signed, and he brought a combination of speed, skill, and power, the type of dynamic winger they needed to replace Sterling. They also signed Jorginho Wijnaldum, a midfield engine with an immense work rate that was integral to Klopp's style. That season, they showed that, truly, they were back amongst the big boys. They beat everyone in the Big Six besides Man United. They showed they could outscore pretty much anyone. However, they had a leaking defense, finishing the season with only 12 clean sheets and conceded 42 goals, the most of that season's top 4. They finished the season in 4th, qualifying for the Champions League for the first time since their failed title charge. In the 2017 summer window, Liverpool signed Oxlade-Chamberlain, another midfield engine, poached Robertson from relegated Hull City, and the game-changer, Mohamed Salah. A cohesive Fab Four was created, with Salah, Mane and Firmino with Coutinho behind them. Philippe Coutinho left for Barcelona in January of 2018, and Liverpool reinvested wisely. That sale funded the arrival of Virgil van Dijk in that same transfer window. A spine-defining signing that finally brought order and leadership to their defense, transformed the team from entertainers into contenders. Add to that the growth of Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino, and Mohamed Salah, then suddenly, Klopp had created one of the deadliest front lines in world football. The Liverpool fanbase even created a song to motivate their team, and the chants filled the stadium whenever Liverpool played. Anfield roared back to life. In 2018, Liverpool reached the Champions League final, only to be undone by Bale and Benzema and Loris Karius's infamous errors. But heartbreak only made them stronger. Signing a world-class goalkeeper in Alisson and Fabinho, a top holding midfielder, to replace Emre Can. They returned a year later, this time escaping the group of death in second, from a group that included Napoli and PSG, and went on to conquer Europe, getting a 2-0 victory over Tottenham. Although they missed out on the Premier League title by 1 point to Man City's 98 points, they made sure they made up for it in the UCL final and got the job done. On their way to the final, they gave out a 3-1 beating of Bayern at the Allianz Arena and gave the football world one of the most iconic nights in the club's history. The 4-0 comeback against Barcelona at Anfield was a game for the ages, highlighted by Alexander-Arnold's quick wits. It was more than a win, it was the embodiment of Klopp's Liverpool belief, intensity, and togetherness. The following year, the Holy Grail finally arrived. Liverpool started the season in flying high form, winning their first 8 games, then grinding to a pause with a draw against Man United. They went on an 18-game winning streak, and even though the pandemic caused league football to go on a hiatus, Liverpool came back and showed their class regardless. Chelsea beat Man City, sealing Liverpool's fate. After 30 years of waiting, Liverpool were crowned Premier League champions in 2020, dominating the league with 99 points. For fans who had lived through decades of near misses and disappointments, it was redemption. Klopp had delivered not just silverware, but a sense of identity. Liverpool's resurgence didn't stop there. They went on to collect domestic cups, another Premier League push, and reached a 3rd Champions League final within 5 years. Even as challenges mounted, injuries, the loss of key players like Mane and Firmino, and the rise of Manchester City as a juggernaut, Liverpool remained a force at the highest level. Klopp's ability to rebuild squads, instill belief, and get the maximum from his players became the foundation of a new era. From the heartbreak of Gerrard's slip to the ecstasy of lifting the Champions League and the Premier League, Liverpool's story is one of resilience. Their fall after 2014 showed how fragile momentum can be in football, but their resurgence under Klopp proved how a clear vision, smart recruitment, and unshakable belief can resurrect a giant. Today, Liverpool stands once again among Europe's elite. And while Slot is on the path towards creating his own dynasty and legacy, starting off by winning the Premier League in his first season, bringing Liverpool level with Man United on English league titles, this was off the back of Klopp's core players with a few tweaks. But now, the Liverpool hierarchy have dug out hundreds of millions to buy players particular to his style. They broke the British transfer record on Florian Wirtz, should add-ons be realised, and broke the British transfer record again on Isak, as well as a few other players. And, to be honest, the signings have struggled, Slot has struggled, and overall the team is in poor form. Check out my last video where I detailed their struggles this season. If you like that one, you'll definitely like my other videos. So, what do you think is next for the Merseyside Giants? Comment down below.